welcome to Smol Cast number 5. I have Scurry, and of course always here with Pinky, and our special guest today is Scientia.
Mr. Denmark.
Mr. Denmark. It's Mr. Denmark.
I have a feeling that nickname is gonna stick now.
It is. It's all Rice's fault. You can blame him.
Can always blame Rice.
He's here. Mr. Denmark. How are you doing, Mr. Denmark? I'll just call you Sai.
Yeah, Sai, that works pretty well. Yeah, I'm doing good, I'd say. Thank you.
Right. Small on my news. Not much really, in terms of new players. We've had one new player. That's it.
What's a new player?
Exactly, what is a new player?
I don't know what that is. We don't have those.
Kevin, in case anyone didn't see it on Twitter, has said, or has not said, he put out a video of a new character. We're getting Reyna, getting a peacock.
I thought that was a meme.
It looks, he's done all the animations for it.
Yeah, it looks pretty done, except for the sounds.
And obviously we're still waiting on version 1 with a bunch of stages and a happy ending to my life. In terms of runs overall, we've got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened. Mainly Mr. Denmark here, kinda stealing the show from the person who were blaming it all, Rice. So, at the moment, Sai, you are sitting on a beautiful collection of 10 world records.
Yes.
How are you feeling about your 10 world records?
Well, it's kinda it's kinda back to the 10 for me because
yeah, 10 is the most he's had before.
Yeah, I've had it twice before. This is the third time that I have 10 total world records, and it seems to kind of be, well, that's where I apparently usually stop.
Yeah, so I think he's waiting for something else to happen, you know. Probably not happy with the 10.
Do you plan to work on going for 11?
Well, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't take it if I could get it.
Would you not want to break your own curse?
yeah,
Being
exactly.
Stuck at 10.
not that 10 is a small number at all, but it has been kind of consistent that's exactly what I hit, and then it goes back down again. If I got stuck
at 10 3 times, I'd definitely want to get out of that as well. So it's understandable. I'm not sure if anyone will ever have as many records as Rice did that one time when he had 16, but 10 is still a lot, and I'm sure you could get more if you really wanted to.
Thank you. Rice's old record is incredible, and yeah, we're probably not going to see something like that again, considering we are a lot more active players now and such.
There would be a lot of hype behind that as well if someone was even close to it, 14, 15 records. How do you feel about your current position? Do you feel your records are going to be able to withhold for a while, or do you feel you need to do a bit of consolidation?
Well, I feel like most other people seem to just be kind of waiting for version 1, so it feels like I'm almost, except for Scotchek, then yeah, Scotchek and myself seem to be the only people who are really trying to still set world records. Everyone else seems to be kind of in a slump waiting for that version 1 to happen.
And you don't seem to care too much about your records possibly being deleted, just throwing on the old leaderboard when version 1 comes out.
Nah, it's it'll be interesting, I'll say, to see how the first couple of days are gonna go once version 1 hits, and yeah, like the way we've set up speedrun.com now, I really like that. With we can see the old version still, so it's not like the records are just gone once version 1 hits. So it's kind of still there. So it still feels worth it to try and set records even now.
What's your plans for when version 1 comes out? Are you going to work on stages you're good at, or are you going to try and learn the new ones? Bit of both.
I am probably going to try matching my old PBs first before I attempt the new stages. It was kind of the same when Inescapable Madness was released. I didn't even play the stage casually for a couple of days or something like that. I didn't feel like it when it was entirely new, and I think I'm gonna do basically the same with version 1, that I'm more gonna be interested in trying to match my old PBs.
Would you be willing to tell us, or have you not decided on like if you're going to go to Inamore straight away, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. I think I'm gonna try setting some records in a couple of different stages, but yeah, I'm probably gonna be trying some Inomore, but I know I'm not alone about that if he's not entirely occupied with tassing the game, the good Mr. Shiro, but yeah.
Well, you at least probably wouldn't have to worry about any percent for a while, because I know as soon as 1.0 drops, Skazik is going to be playing AO any percent until he gets 9.2 or better again, so...
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
So there's definitely some records there for you that if you want to work towards them, may not be as contested as they are now.
Well, maybe someone else is gonna do it. Maybe Rise is just gonna sweep the entire leaderboard on day 1. We never know.
I mean, maybe, but probably not. I mean, he did tell us last week that he's probably not going to be playing Isles, like, much.
Yeah,
He said he was
that's
mostly
true.
going to play full game, and when he says something like that, I take it pretty seriously. So he's probably mostly going to play full game now and not play Isles as much.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He did say that. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on full game come version 1? Do you plan to do much full game, or just stick to the ILs?
I kind of fear that it's going to be the same way that it has always been for me with this game, that I think full game is interesting and I want to run it, but as practice for running full game, you have to run the stages individually, practice a little, and then suddenly you're just grinding ILs instead and forget everything about full game. That has kind of been my history with full game thus far, and I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been like the whole thing for like Rice this whole time, is that all of this has just been leading up to finally being able to play full game when the final version comes out, because he's been playing the whole game all this time, all the categories.
And I definitely also want to put times in all categories, like Rice has, and I want to do full game runs as well, but I don't think it's going to be my main focus. I far too easily get distracted by IL records. So
yeah, I hear a lot of people want to play full game, but I think people underestimate how easy it is to get sucked into only playing ILs and then never doing anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
ILs are so short, it makes it so easy to run them. Because
Mm.
full game, you gotta play every single stage, and if you don't like a stage, fuck you still gotta play it.
Also, Shiro has confirmed in chat. He said he will be going for Inamore. Scientia is not the only one.
Of course, of course. Well, he's welcome as always. I really enjoy the competition we have there with Inomori. I've kind of been ignoring that stage for a while now because, yeah, well, I wanted to do other stuff. But yeah, back it again recently and probably also going to be contesting it once version 1 hits.
So for the upcoming version, we know we have an Iris level, a Gura level, and maybe potentially a Kali Kiara level, all up in the air. If you could have one new character, a new stage based on any member, who's it going to be, and what song would you choose?
I've kind of talked about this before, but I would really like, not based on one member, but on Hollow 5, like the 5th generation, and then Blue Clapper as the background. That I would really like as a stage.
That's actually a really good idea. I like that idea. So which stage are you most looking forward to out of all the new stages that could potentially be coming out in the next version 1 or otherwise?
Yeah, like the ones that are actually talked about, well, we haven't really seen much from anything that could be a Kiara stage, even though he had the little poll with which song it should be in such, so we don't really know a lot about that. And the footage we've seen such far of the Iris stage and the Gura stage, well, first of all, they look very much alike, but that might just be because he's using some template for the both of them, and it's just the shader which is different. But I don't know. Actually, I think so. I think we don't know anything basically of what's going to be the Kiara stage and the Gura stage, but the Iris stage, which is probably gonna look a lot like what he has been teasing, like showing footage from, and that honestly looks interesting with the shifting gravity and such.
You want to be able to manipulate that a bunch. I said that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else noticed, but I forget which stage it was. It was either the Gura one or the Iris one, but where you start, you literally see the mom button right below you on the other side.
Oh yeah, I think that was the Gura
and
stage.
all that does is make me think that the stage is gonna be like 3 seconds somehow because we're gonna fucking break it.
Oh god, just super bounce, hit the somehow that brings you high enough to shift gravity, and then just straight to mom.
I cannot wait to see
that. Would actually that would be weird but epic at the same time.
Even if it exists in a test version, that I still want to be able to see it.
Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about is I'm kind of on edge if we're actually going to get a test version or not. Like, what if Kevin pulls a fast one on us and he just releases all of this at once without it being tested at all?
That would
oh
be
god, that sounds awful. There could be a lot of things wrong if you're not allowed to test it first.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably not going to happen, right? But I don't know. I think that's just me being a little paranoid because Kevin hasn't talked to us in a while. So
he has been pretty quiet in the Discord, actually. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he wouldn't do that. It would be Red Heart all over again because when Red Heart was released, there was so many problems. He had to update the game 3 times in like 2 or 3 hours when Red Heart was released the same day.
Ouch.
Yeah, 02, 02, 21,
And
02,
then
04,
updated again the
and
next
3,
day as
yeah.
well.
That doesn't sound very clean.
It caused a huge mess for the leaderboards, so let's hope he doesn't do that.
Let's hope that version 1 works as intended. One thing actually about version 1, the new stages more, I just thought of as we were talking here. In the trailers he has been showing, there are those rotating kind of spiky cubes things. They're like, I would guess you die by touching those, that they're death zones. Would those be the first moving death zones in the game?
The bats are dead zones, I guess, in a way. They move.
Oh yes, yeah. That's true. Yeah, so not the first one. True, bats.
What about the UFOs that move with the
them as well.
lasers?
Mm.
Those
Yeah,
also
okay,
move.
so that was entirely not correct thought I had there. It just
Thinking
feels
is
like
hard.
many of the death zones are often kind of stationary, so if there was something a little more moving, dangerous to try and dodge, that might be interesting in the new stages.
The arrows in Peckerland.
The arrows in Peckerland, yeah, I'm
Sorry.
totally off by my suggestion, but
The first moving death zones.
yeah, not at all.
Someone think of
Not at
something
all.
else. Well, I said the bats again, just for good measure, in case you forgot the bats.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but if we have more moving death zones, allow for some intricate dancing in speedrunning to try and get around them. So
Yeah.
if there is moving
exactly.
death zones, there's going to be a lot of timing and pain.
Exactly.
So, oh yeah, okay, you're trying to eat you as well.
It keeps going. It keeps going. It's good that when you fuck up, you can make sure that everyone is there to record it and keep rubbing it in your face.
That's good.
Let's go.
Yeah. But oh well. But I kind of got to the point that I wanted to say that I think it could be interesting with something where you kind of have to dodge the death zones in more actively than you do for the current ones. Which, like the bats, you can eat those you can hit and they kind of just move rather slowly, and the Okayu is just one straight line. And what more were we saying? The arrows feel kind of also
predictable, and then
how to say? Yeah, they're just chasing you.
TTM,
It's not
many.
fast. Yeah. So something where you'd have to more actively dodge the death zones, I think, could be interesting.
So, on the 25th of April,
yes.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Okay.
Is that if that's what gen that is? You joined after Guru, was it?
Yes.
It was not on April 25th. It was like a couple days before that when Guru streamed. April 25th was the meme about karaoke.
I know it was, but it's also the exact same day Mr. Denmark joined.
Yes, that's true.
So you joined for karaoke, eh?
I actually remember that because I joined this Discord and I saw discussions of karaoke and I was like, oh god, what the hell is happening here?
Okay. Can we get your initial impression of the Discord? Like, what did you think?
Oh god, what did I think?
Don't scrutinize us.
It's kind of hard to answer that question, actually. What did I think of the Discord? I don't know. When you're new and you don't know anyone, everything is just kind of both interesting but also overwhelming. So, yeah, like I have a hard time answering that question because I honestly don't remember what I initially thought. because it's so much more overshadowed by being part of the community since then.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Ah, that was a good answer. We didn't get insulted.
I mean, I think we were. I think that was like just before we started being like really bad.
Okay.
I think you had a little time to settle in first.
That's probably true, yeah.
So April 25th, you joined, but you didn't send your first message until the 28th, which you replied to me because I just mentioned that you'd got your first world record in Inamori. I remember that. It's the only.
Yes.
It's one of the world records I remember the most well, the best. Whatever. I remember that when that record was set. Because you literally appeared out of nowhere, and just set an optimal time for the time.
Optimal. I'd say that to Shiro like
it wasn't
1
optimal.
or 2 weeks later.
It took a few weeks for it to be beaten again. You did beat it by 10 seconds.
That's true.
So, that was a big moment.
It was. It definitely was. And also, kind of weird.
You put the first Danish flag on the board, set your own world record, and now you have 10.
God, what happened in between there?
You gained 9 more world records.
I guess. Yeah. It's... There's been some progress there, yeah.
So
Kevin really keeping us on edge with this leaderboard we have right now, because it can go at any time, and there hasn't been an update for almost 3 months. So it's pretty scary, in my opinion.
But, like, my current goal for right now is actually to kind of try and keep these records until the leaderboard reset, essentially, and see can I stay top rank until the reset. If there is, and then we hope the reset is soon, because keeping them for much longer is probably slightly unrealistic.
Yeah, see, that's a big thing, is everybody's kind of waiting for 1.0, but we don't know when that will be. What if it's not for like another month still? And then everybody gets comfortable playing again or something, and then it just happens suddenly.
I want you to answer this next question very carefully.
Oh my.
Because last time when I asked Rice this question, he lost 4 world records. So... answer this one very carefully, and you can choose not to answer it. What stage are you currently kind of working on, or working to improve, or take off someone else?
What I'm working on?
Yes, what you're.
I thought you were gonna ask which world record was free.
Oh well, we're gonna ask that next. Don't worry.
We're gonna ask that next. What am I working on myself? Yeah, I kind of like last week I was working on Inumore, all the categories, and I did get Bubba percent and CC, but I have given up on any percent for now, at least. Like, I'm gonna come back to it, but I've done that many times, and it's stupid difficult, that skip, or maybe I'm just not getting it. But I have been working then on, you saw I did nothing, any percent yesterday evening, and I've kind of been playing with Baba percent as well on nothing, and I want to do some Baba percent on Pop on Rocks as well, to see if, because I was not satisfied with my run in their Pop on Rocks Baba percent. And then essentially, what am I missing? Then I also need to put, like, I'm trying to fill out the category, so I have submitted a time for every category. So I'm missing then also Pop on Rocks CC as well as Nothing CC and AO CC. So those are the stages I will be working on.
So you're working on a lot.
Yes, that's kinda, yeah, that's what I've been doing all the time, kind of multiple stages at once and doing a little different so you don't grow tired of the same old stage all the time.
And now for the famous question. What world record do you currently think is the weakest or is free?
Well, now it's good because I prepared for this question, and unlike Rice, so you don't say your own records and ruin yourself, I'm going to say Pekoland CC.
So rather than Rice, you're saying your own record, you're just going to say Rice's records, so Rice can lose more.
Yes, exactly. Go for Rice. Go more for Rice. Let him suffer. No.
Operation Green Rice.
Yeah. I kinda actually still stick by what I'm saying. Pekoland CC is like Rice's newest record is good. Or at least, yeah, how to say it? It's finally the optimal route for the stage. So beating it won't be easy anymore, but it is Pekoland. You can always improve the slides. So it's I'm pretty sure that there is improvement to be done on Pekoland CC. Now yeah, I can see Rice is crying right now. But let me be nice to Rice as well. There are some of my own records which are not that strong, and I'll be staying in the CC category because Mogu Mogu CC, we have discovered new strategies for the stage since I set that record. So essentially, if you can just do the same things I did and then add those time saves on top, you should be able to actually improve the time on Mogu Mogu by a lot. Mogu Mogu CC.
I'm going to push it a little bit more and see if we can get more into it. TTM, bubble percent in case closed, you set those records 2 months ago.
Yes,
any potential there?
Yes, and that's interesting because I did kind of want to talk about that. I think bubble percent is. I think that one actually is going to be hard to be like. It definitely can be beaten, but it's actually. I think the route is pretty optimal. Like even if you get like Bryce did in his run, where you get below the two sources with the death lasers and hit straight and bounce on the UFO or the saucer below there and get the bubble coin, it doesn't seem to be faster as I could beat that time going above the sources instead. But CC, it just feels like there has to be a better route. Like it feels insanely unoptimized, but I don't personally know how to do a better route for that stage. So if someone could reroute TTM, I believe there is enormous potential right there. But that requires actually understanding TTM and doing something interesting there.
So now that you've given away all this information, how confident are you feeling over the next week? You still have 10 records, or?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Whether I just pulled a Rice or like the thing is, I've had those records for a while exactly, and like it doesn't seem like anyone's really been playing those stages. Like AOR, which Rice mentioned, people have actually been playing AOR, so it felt more, how to say, right there to just try for those stages anyways.
Those records were already being worked on, so it was only a matter of time. Rice kind of just sped up the process, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Whereas people don't seem to be interested in Mogo Mogo and TTM. Like, more people have been playing Mogo Mogo any percent, but other than that, not much has really been happening in those two stages. Like, I would love if something were to come up. Like, I also know that, or no, I've self come up with it, like, Mogo Mogo Bubba percent. Genji and I have found a new route for that, which could save a lot of, I don't know, a lot of time, but some time actually. But who the hell is gonna do it? Like Mogo Mogo, you still, even if you get the skip, you still have to play the rest of the stage.
I think it's the same for TTM, like CC. It's just such a long stage with annoying physics. It draws people away.
Yeah. And actually, I have been playing around a little with TTM lately because I wanted to test some things for writing in the guide to actually talk about TTM. And I've come to the conclusion, something we already kind of knew, but I've really confirmed it here, that frame rate has an enormous influence on the gravity physics.
How enormous are we talking here?
As in, I tried playing TTM on uncapped, where I get around 500 FPS, and I almost couldn't do TTM skip, like any percent. I had a really hard time just doing the skip. Then I capped the frame rate at 165, and the skip was free. I just did it every single time. And even the more difficult version of it, which I use in my current world record, I got that like multiple times in trying, just from limiting the frame rate.
I love how it's been 6 months and we still don't know what FPS to play at for this game.
And to try and kind of play around with it, I tried having a capped frame rate, doing the skip, and then mid-flight, I paused the game, uncapped the frame rate, unpaused the game, and then just saw Arma just plummet into the moon because gravity changed drastically just mid-flight. So yeah, frame rate definitely does something for gravity.
We'll see how that affects, how that appears up in tassing, I guess. We're going to be
I
going
mean,
frame by
TAS
frame.
is always done at 200 FPS, right?
My task is at 100. We don't have to task.
Yeah,
well, your TAS is
We don't have to
inferior.
task. No one else has made one.
I thought the whole point of TAS was that we were always trying to make it at 200 because that's what the physics cap at.
Yeah, we are going to do that eventually, but at the moment, no.
Yeah, and Shiro also seemed to be, like, I didn't follow the task chat exactly, but it was on his recommendation, right, that he said that you should do either 60 or 100 FPS. So yeah.
Shiro said he thinks the tilt is more on lower FPS.
That might be true as well, but I'm pretty sure that the gravity is strongly affected as well, because as I said, I tried doing the skip where I then changed the frame rate mid-flight and then saw drastic change in the trajectory.
And then I think this also brings up the question recently about 10-second TTM again being possible or not.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I'm kind of holding myself back from trying to grind. I might actually sit down and grind that at some point, because yeah, I had I uploaded that video where it seemed like if I hadn't ground pounded and just continued, I might have been able to go straight to the final saucer. Like, it might fuck up at the end and not be possible, but it definitely seemed like it is possible from that run that I got myself. So yeah, I personally think that it's possible, but I won't bet anything on it. Like, won't promise that it's possible.
But there's no chance of TTM going below AO again.
No, because it probably takes more than 9.2 seconds to go all the way. So yeah, 9.2 seconds AO is also like, that's crazy. So
I can't believe TTM was faster than AO any percent at one point, even though it was only by like 5 milliseconds.
yeah.
Gravity physics. That's the only explanation for it, really.
Geometry.
Geometry.
Exactly.
We were doing AO the slow way.
I guess.
Cycle skip, am I right? Oh my god. Can't get any slower than this.
Oh god, yeah. That's
Physics!
Physics.
yes. Yes. Physics.
Physics!
So I guess this is kind of relevant. It happened over the last week. Did you watch the Reina stream?
Both yes and no. Unfortunately, I kind of had to watch it on my phone, kind of on the side, because I had other stuff come up very suddenly that day. But I was in voice chat all the time with my
I
headset
heard you talking on your phone. You sounded like you were in a bunker or something.
So yeah, I kind of watched it on and off, but yeah. 1 hour and 40 minutes, nothing.
Yeah, to be fair, 1 hour and 45 minutes of it was literally nothing. And that's not a pun either. It's just, I mean, I guess it could be a pun.
It's a pun.
But it was pain. I am both impressed and in pain from watching the entire thing.
And you fucking skipped sleep for it, like.
Yes, I fell asleep in chat after.
Yes,
before
that was
I got
funny.
off.
He started snoring. Snores more than I do in chat.
Well, at least he didn't do it on camera like you did then.
Yeah, at least I wasn't streaming. Oh, I'm gonna verify this 2.5 hour full game CC. Falls asleep. Fucking Mogu Mogu wakes you up.
We all agreed it was really, really bright. Mogu Mogu is a really bright stage.
Yeah.
It is really bright. Like,
it's a flashlight.
Far too bright, actually. I don't remember who it was, but someone mentioned or suggested dark mode Mogu Mogu, and I was like, yes, please, do it.
I do remember somebody saying that. I don't remember who.
Yeah, I remember that as well. At least we now know that the timer just counts hours and doesn't display them. In case anyone missed that.
I thought the timer stopped after 1.5 hours, and then it reset, and that's what happened.
No, it just counts hours. It's not displayed on the timer. Hours aren't listed. So maybe Kevin needs to look into that.
I mean,
if your timer run, Reina's run, it is 1 hour and 46 minutes, but you only had 46 minutes on the timer, so That explains that. It's a new.
I don't think it's really a problem.
We know of one person
Well, at
to
least
do it.
it's a good thing that if it is a scurvy says that the timer actually counts the 1 hour, because if she then does a better time, then it will actually improve. Like if you did 1 hour and 1 second, and it displays a 1 second time, but if you then do 5-minute runs afterwards, you will actually get a time of 5 minutes in the hub when you look at your PB for the stage.
Green went and proved this on Red Heart.
Okay, good. That's a good thing at least.
Yeah, that's
even though.
possible.
Thoughts on Red Heart? Will you be
My
playing
thoughts on-
any percent in the future?
Any percent. That's an entirely different beast, because as we've seen, I did dip a bit into the bubble percent and CC category of that stage, and that was actually surprisingly fun. Like, I've always kind of unjustly hated Red Heart. Like, I didn't like the stage.
You and everyone else, I feel.
But I have to admit that I was wrong about the stage. Like, I've learned that Red Heart is actually an interesting stage, and it's fun to play, and I will definitely be trying to improve my own time on Red Heart any percent. As to ever beating Meeps on Red Heart any percent, that does not sound realistic at all, but I definitely want to try improving my own time there, because I've come to like the stage a lot, actually.
Shiro just said, who would have thought someone could play the same level for 1 hour and not rage quit? Most people who get stuck on nothing just blame the physics and quit.
Yeah, imagine playing more than 30 seconds and not rage quitting.
That's an interesting thing, actually, the Red Heart statement, because I actually PB'd Red Heart the other day as well, and I actually really want to, because I know I watched the run again and afterwards when I was uploading it, and like, there's so much I know I can do that's definitely doable. It's actually one of the easier stages to learn the tricks. Doing them super fast to like beat Meeps, that's a whole different bag of beans, but like, doing the skips and learning those edge bounces is actually a more easier task to do than learning some of the skips that you see in the War AO. Some of them are pretty difficult, those skips, but the Red Heart skips are a lot easier.
Red Heart much more requires that you learn the stage and understand the stage. As Meeps has said, it goes slow to go fast. Like, you need to manipulate the cloud spawning and such because they spawn depending on your position and such things. So yeah, there's a lot to know about Red Heart to try and improve it, and which makes it very different from other stages. And then as basically said, it's a long stage with a lot of things to do, but it's not as intensive as Mogu Mogu, which is very, like, Mogu Mogu and Red Heart are very comparable stages. Like, they are some of the longer stages in the game, and they use a lot of like edge bounces and such. And
yeah, Meeps actually just said that too. He said, I've come to like Mogu Mogu. I also disliked it for no reason. The two stages go hand in hand. And Shiro also said, I love Red Heart, but seeing all those edge bounces scare me. And but that's also the reason why I felt like you and Meeps could both play each other's stages, because there's so many edge bounces in both of them.
So, like, as I said, like, Mogu Mogu and Red Heart are very comparable stages. Like, the big difference between them really is that Mokomoko is more intensive. Like you have to edge bounce, BB, and like it happens immediately, and you have to do the next thing now and not later. Whereas Red Heart is slightly more slow paced, but it requires more of a thinking game. Like you need to know what happens next. You need to learn when to wait and when to go. And yeah, that requires a lot of in-depth knowledge of the stage.
Rice just said RH requires brain power. RH actually requires brain power.
It does.
No, you don't even have to go far to find the similarities. You got moving clouds in both stages that you have to do edge bounces above them,
yes.
and it's not hard to figure out the difference between the two of them. And they're also really, really bright, the both of them.
True. And they have songs where you can listen to the lyrics to know where if you're on pace for certain things and such.
Yeah, they're very similar stages. Do you think you'll look into doing a bit more Red Heart, or?
I did already answer that, and I definitely want to improve my PB. Yeah, it's not going to happen right now. It's probably first gonna be once version 1 hits, but I am definitely going to try and improve my own time on that stage.
You seem to be having
that, of course.
Go ahead.
That of course requires learning putt section, and that's an entirely different story. The putt.
I'm gonna pick up on putt real quickly. Actually, is that the fact that putt is actually it's difficult, but it's you just slowly learn it over time from your attempts, and then you eventually get better and better at it. It is difficult, as every single VTuber has proven so far. But it's definitely doable, and do learn it to a very optimal state. After just a very few attempts, you can get it pretty efficiently. It's just knowing the timing and requiring brain power, as Rice said. Just knowing timing and positioning and all the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, if you might, like, if you want to do just putt in the simple way, like the full game route, or how to say, with left side putt, then yeah, that's pretty simple. But right side putt is a bit more tricky, and with Meeps' newest way to do it, where he actually goes left side, but kind of goes up the middle instead of going up the left side. That's probably gonna take some time to learn, but it could definitely be interesting to try that out. Just learn it 5-hit.
Yeah, get good. You seem to have
just do super. Sorry,
Skaza, just do super bounces.
Just pot skip. Just relearn pot skip.
Just pot skip. Yes, of course.
Because Meeps can't catch you if you do pot skip.
That's true.
Feels bad.
You seem to be stuck in a point of just you want to be able to run everything, but no one has the time to run everything and actually perfect it. You feel that there's a lot that you want to do, but you're not quite sure. You know, there's just too much to be done. It's hard to focus.
Yes. That's entirely how it is. Like, I used to be the Inomore guy, but ever since I kind of left Inomore behind and just tried doing other things, I've been far too interested in just trying to do everything and try and improve my times on everything.
Man, I don't know what that's like.
Well, yes, Mr. AO, you probably don't.
I mean, I don't know. Whenever I play other stuff, it's just like I have to spend a lot of time figuring out how to play that stage and do it. And I'm just like, oh man, I've already spent like 500 hours just playing AO any percent. I could be getting a better time in that Like,
Uh,
it's the only thing I know how to play. I will say the only thing I've ever come close to being good at besides AO any percent was actually AO Bubba percent, getting second place pretty quickly.
yeah, and it's a really good run you have there. So
Yeah, I've thought about playing that more. I think it would be fun, but at the same time, it's like I've been grinding so long to get a sub 10 run now. I feel like I have to do that before I do anything else now.
Especially since sub 10 is such a big thing as well.
and that's definitely a clear goal. That's always nice to have that to work towards.
Yeah, get sub 10.
It can be pretty discouraging though, because I don't know how long it's been now. I think it's been a month. I think it's been a month since we've discovered SBs now. So
just
that's
about, yeah.
That's literally just how long I've been trying to get past 3, and that's it. Like, I've never finished a run. I got to 5 one time, and that was it. I think the last time I got an SB was literally a week ago. I just haven't been getting them. So yeah, it's pretty hard. At least for me.
Understandable.
Yeah, Happy's record was 3 weeks ago, so just nearly a month now.
I get it, Rice. I get it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Even when it was just cycle skip, it's like, oh yeah, I need to get a better time. I never got 10.5, and then we found out, like 10.4 was possible. I think
We went down to 10.3, didn't it? And then we found super bounce.
Nah, no, not 10.3. It was only 10.4. Like, because Skazik had a 10.5. He got a better 10.5. And then he did something to realize that like 10.4 was possible, so we knew that was possible, but I don't think 10.3 was possible yet.
We probably just memed too hard.
Yeah, it was always a meme. We were always saying something like ridiculously low was possible.
And then suddenly it's 9.2 that's possible.
Suddenly now we're like memeing sub 9 now. That's the new meme, sub 9.
We were right the whole time.
I'm pretty sure Task can get sub 9 if it was actually perfect.
That'll take a lot of work to get a sub 9. We don't even know the inputs for super events exactly just yet, so a bit of work to be done there. Yeah, Shiro says that as well, 10.4, and then super bounce happened.
Yeah, I mean, we never actually got 10.4 though. It just went from 10.5 to
9.8? No, it was a 10.9.
No, it went to... Yeah, there was like a bunch of 10s first. It was like going lower, and then finally got sub 10, and then, lowering sub 10. 6.9 possible? Yeah, I hope. Sub 9, let's go.
4.20.
I do think sub 9 is probably possible eventually somehow. I mean, like I said, I think sub 9 is possible in TAS. Maybe it's not possible for humans yet, but a lower 9 for sure. Like, we already thought when Skazik got his 9.2, we thought it could be better still, like, because it can. So we think 9.1 probably possible, yes. I don't know about sub 9 yet, but it has room.
There's work to be done.
Once someone actually starts getting those super bounces consistently. Looking at Scott.
Skazik feels like playing again.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're just waiting for 1.0 to come out, right? I mean, that's really all he's waiting for.
Yeah, there is
Uh,
definitely for a run like 9.2 or anything like that. There is definitely, I'd say, a lot of I'm not quite sure the exact word, but I'm gonna say fear that you won't lose the record, but the record will be pushed aside. And considering how difficult it is, that's definitely something you don't want to just spend ages and ages and ages doing and then just to lose it. So I can definitely see where he's coming from to hold off on that stage.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I mean, it's like you said, like it's just gonna get pushed aside, right? Like he has 9.2 now, but when 1.0 comes out, until he gets 9.2 or better again, it's just gonna be pushed aside. Like I
Especially
don't think
since
anybody's gonna really, well, you know what I mean.
yeah, especially since this version is the version would be version 1 when this happens. So it's not like, oh, but in the last version it was this time, so technically that's the fastest time. It's just not. That's the way we'd always say it, but with version 1,
I mean,
it's just
that's still how it is for me. Like,
that's how it would be, but
obviously,
not
this
going
whole
to.
reset is just a formality for when the final version comes out. But that 9.2 to me is still going to be the best time.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like with the entire leaderboard reset. Like no one is actually going to think that something that didn't beat the old times is an actual world record. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's just no one's gonna think of that as world record if it doesn't beat the old times.
Like, you can get world record, but I know nobody's going to feel good about it until it's actually better than the old world record.
Work hard, everyone. You got this. I had another question to follow up the reset, but I've forgotten it now. Oh yeah, that's well, I still forgot the question, but I guess I can ask this question. I was saving till near the end, which we're getting there now. Tell us in your nice fancy Danish accent how to pronounce your name.
Well, first of all, the name is not Danish; it's Latin. And there are two ways to pronounce it. You can either go very similar to how you guys have been saying it, which is Scientia, which is kind of the more modern church Latin version, or you can say Scientia, which is the ancient Latin form, which is the way I'm saying it myself.
Scientia.
Shiro says
yeah.
Scurvy forgets his questions in every Smol Cast. Yes, I agree, Shiro. Also, Scurvy almost forgot that we had Smol Cast today. He only remembered just the hour before.
Yes, no, I actually, but yeah, I remembered it and then I forgot again. So then I put it in the moderator chat.
Oh my god.
So you'd give out to me before we got to it, which you did. See, you did. I knew what I was doing. I actually set an alarm as well, just in case. Because I was too into the tasking I just completely forgot.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up 30 minutes before because I actually set an alarm for doing a Smol Cast because I knew we were doing it.
I just hope and pray.
Which I guess is another topic which I'm surprised we haven't talked about. It's been taspinning.
It has been taspinning. Are you going to do much tasking?
I'm. What?
Good answer.
Like,
do you have Salt installed?
I have Salt installed, and I've been using it a bit for some practice and such. And I've kind of been looking at your task chat, but I don't know if it's anything I'm ever actually going to be much part of.
Yeah, that's big brain shit. Every time I go in the task chat, I feel like I'm a kid in a grocery store that got lost, and I need help finding my mom.
You're stuck in the fucking chocolate aisle or something.
Well,
knowing you,
for
like,
me,
I know
it's
the chocolate's this way.
for me, it's kind of different. I actually kind of feel slightly guilty whenever I look at the task chat because I also know a bit of programming and should probably be helping, but I've not been helping. So
no one has to help. Like, Shiro has gone above and beyond to go and learn.
definitely.
But when I look in task chat, usually whenever James starts talking, that's when I get lost because he copy paste code in, and then I have to try and read it and understand it, and I cry.
Yeah, Rice. If you were looking at task chat, then you would realize that it's fucking happening.
Well, actually, the description I've changed it to it now says it tasked, which is kind of not true, but
a lot happened today. Apparently,
a lot tasked today, actually.
Haha, funny.
I sincerely regret swapping out happening for tasking. I'm going to stream later on today doing some tasking because that gives me motivation to do it.
Honestly, I'm never gonna use salt and I'm never gonna task. I'm like one of those old men that just plays the game instead.
And runs
I'll
Windows
get
7.
good like that. I'll never accept these modern tools to get better at the game. Keck.
Just stop running Windows 7. Get good.
I wish I had Windows 7. My god. At least I'm not using Windows 11.
The Smol Cast buff was real today, and I'm curious on what next week's buff is going to be.
I'm curious what next week is going to be.
Who is it going to be? I don't know. We haven't decided. Pinky is a boomer. He's like 23. He's old.
Yeah, I am, dude.
He's like old, like Skojak old. I forget how old Skojak said he was, but let's just... Sorry, Skojak.
Skojak is 25.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
I'm 24.
Boomer.
Mr. Denmark here is also 25.
Another boomer. Damn, I'm filled in a room. I'm in a room with a bunch of older men.
Shut up, Scurvy. Yeah, Scurvy's like 20 or something. He like just turned 20.
Just turned 20. You were at my birthday.
Fetus.
You were there when I turned 20. You were in the stream.
Yeah.
You were there. I had a whole stream. We were celebrating.
Oh, yeah, I was there when you finally stopped being a teenager. Oh my god.
I set a few PBs. No, I didn't set a world record now.
Well, I don't think that would be that hard to set some PBs. All you have to do is play the game at all.
How about coming back to TTM, Scurvy?
Yeah, I remember when you
there.
I hate TTM. I hate the fact that Rice even told me that. I decided to sit down that one night and like play it. I get a world record. It was a great world record because I was so happy about it. God, it was such a waste of time.
Fucking Rice. Imagine
Damn,
being
Rice, you
old. How old are you, Rice? Are you 20?
Rice,
I think you're 20, right?
You should have just got the record yourself, Rice, okay? I didn't want it. You should have taken it yourself. I should have just let Meeps have it. God damn. Rice, please give us personal information so we can dox you.
Yeah, please dox yourself right here on stream.
There's only 5 people watching, it's fine. I think he's saying no.
Yeah.
What do you mean TTM?
TTM isn't painful.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is. You hit the gravity
Just-
and then it's like, nyung, gone. He's 20.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Rice is 20.
Green Noob is also 20. No, Poppin' Rocks is so easy, except I still haven't done like a full sub 50 time because I got bored of it elsewhere. Although I've done all the skips that allow me to do a sub 50 time. But I'm just not arsed to put them all together.
Yeah.
As for nothing, I hate nothing, so yeah. Those movie momentum blocks, horrible.
Getting pushed off a block whilst it moves up just because it was slightly tilted and you stood slightly away from the very middle of the block. Yeah, that's
younger
annoying.
than Rice. Oh my god, you're all so young!
Pinky is upset that we're not younger.
Shut the fuck up! I'm not fucking green. that joke Green made in voice chat yesterday. I don't know if you were there or not, Scurvy.
I don't remember it. No.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, please don't say it. This channel is like a few days old. Please don't kill it.
Rice, I don't want to be old.
Oh lord. Okay.
You guys aren't teenagers anymore.
At least we're not like next to our 30s.
Hey, I'm not yet.
I'm not yet.
Well, that's true for all of
I'm
us.
not in my mid-20s yet.
I think Kevin's the oldest person in this Discord. It's fine.
Yeah, I think Kevin's 33?
I think that's what he is. Yeah, I think that's right.
I remember his birthday a while back. That was good.
Thank you, Scientia, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Did I pronounce it
What?
wrong?
Are we done already?
What, you want to keep talking? What else have we got to say?
What? Yeah, what?
Go, talk.
We...
Talk. Say your thing. Say your thing. Say your thing. Say your thing.
I mean, we usually go for an hour and a half. It's only been like
An hour and 10.
an hour. Yeah.
No, talk.
I don't know. Think of something.
Extend the program. Extend it. Don't tell them. Let them know it's not scripted. Goddamn.
It was never scripted. Everybody knows this shit isn't scripted. Oh my god.
Especially since I forget all my questions.
Imagine if this shit was scripted.
It'd be so
If
boring.
this shit was scripted, it would probably be so boring. We'd sound like fucking robots.
We wouldn't have like a 15-minute conversation about how old Rice is.
Everybody's revealing their ages. Okay, yeah, I gotta write this down. Fucking.
Oh god.
So, any of you consider running an ABC run at any point?
I really wanted to. I mentioned.
I have actually, but I'm actually so bad at case closed. I don't know if I can do it.
I mentioned this the other day in general. I was talking to Pinky about it. Is whenever I do a full game run, I get really fucking annoyed that I can't just I gotta PB every single stage to set a full game time. Otherwise, I'm just not happy with it. I have
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard for you.
I have like an hour.
You just do one full game run, you're already getting PBs on every fucking stage.
No, that's exactly. I had an hour of red heart time just to start a full game run. All of them were full game run attempts. All that hour longer red heart stuff, and then I get one PB and say, "Okay, here we go." And I fucked up nothing so fucking badly. I fucked it up on the bottom row of turning cubes, and I said, I'm resetting. But then I remembered that Pinky was going to call me a pussy again, so I said, no. I'm gonna fucking show Pinky I can do this. And then Green just goes and fucking beats me anyway. Yeah.
I remember your message. It said like 5 things. It's like, first, fuck you. Second, thank you. Third, I don't know.
Third was full game run done. 4 was Red Heart PB again, and then 5 was thank you again. I remember the message. And actually, it's number 6. Fuck you, you're a pussy. Yes, that's the problem I have with ABC. Although I feel like I could do ABC easier because I don't have any good bubble percent or CC times. So once I do A or any percent, I could just roll through bubble percent in case closed because I don't actually care about my PBs there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to play ABC once the final version comes out. I definitely want to, but I mostly want to play full game any percent.
It's a really good way to play all the stages and slowly build up your PBs. I think, I don't know. I really do like playing ILs, but like I'm tempted to only ever play ABC when version 1 comes out and only upload IL PBs from my ABC runs.
I mean, that works, right?
That's
That's definitely a thing. Like,
yeah, I know.
I mean, ABC, it's literally just the entire game.
Yeah, the entire game.
So
I think I'd miss running IL runs, and I feel I would do an IL run and then I'd get like a game in an IL 5 seconds better. Than I did
pretty much. And then, pretty much guaranteed you're not going to get a better time in ABC than if you just grinded in IL, obviously. But
but then if you only play ABC, if you were to do what I was saying, just play ABC, you would eventually get good enough times in all the categories. They may not be world records, they may not even be top 10 in every single category, but they're definitely going to be good times after a month or two.
But by definition, you would have times in every single category, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I still think IL ABC would have been fun.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah,
but it's there in the other one if you wanted. In the what's it called?
Yeah.
Extensions.
Yeah,
when it's in extensions, it doesn't mean anything.
Well then,
it just doesn't fit into ILs though. All the ILs are measured in in-game time, whilst this would have to be real time. So it just it's better on the full game leaderboards. But I definitely think that it's a good idea that we have ABC as a category on the actual leaderboards. It seems kind of artificial, as Skotchik has said before, but I think it's a good category for kind of showing off the game and such things, and then having it as an actual category rather than just something we pull out of our ass whenever we need to showcase the game. I think that's a good thing.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The entire reason we made it was because we wanted something better to show off if we ever have to stream the game again at like a marathon or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, it's also just a cool category.
Fan Game Marathon wanted an hour, something like roughly around an hour long, and then No just went and broke the 60-minute barrier on it as like his first attempt.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that even with full game ABC, I think by the time we're in another marathon, it's probably going to be like 30 minutes.
Even with the new stages. It could be really, really well optimized.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be that fast during a real-time event. Like...
I mean, obviously we'll figure out what like the average time is and like whatever. And
we'll see. It's definitely one of the things we'll have to keep our eyes on. It is a world record role. It does get you a world record title recognized by the community, so it's definitely something people will go for because that's there.
Funny thing to note, the first ever uploaded ABC time was then faster than Green Noob's CC full game run that you fell asleep to Scurvy.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody remembers that full game CC being 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I remember it.
Do you? Or do you just claim that you remember it when you actually slept through the entire thing?
I remember it all really well, except there's one bit like around the start of Mago I just don't remember that well. I'm not quite sure what happened near the end of it anymore. I can't remember what happened. Pretty blurry.
Oh, really?
Also, when I was asleep in voice chat the other day, I remember hearing you singing to me about getting 9-second AO.
Yes! Yes. I did. I was like, no, I didn't sing to it, and then I remember, yes, I did. I think he did. Don't you cry, we're gonna get sub 9A or something like that. I can't remember. Someone else might remember it. Someone else who was there might remember it. I don't remember exactly.
Good stuff.
Yeah, 40 minutes at a marathon is cool and all. Definitely an improvement from like 15 minutes. But some of those I Want to Be the Whatever games are like 2.5 hour long games.
I fucking hated all of those games.
Yeah.
All of the games.
Those games
at that marathon were actual dog shit.
Some of them were alright. Some of them were alright, but like all the I Want to Be the Thingies or
they're all mods of fucking I Want to Be the Guy or like Mega Man X 10,000 fucking or like
Mega
Super
Man.
Mario.
But guess what?
74,000 fucking like
Mega Man Smash Ultimate. Everybody is here.
Yeah, why the fuck was that Mega Man game right before we went on? Literally like 2 hours. Mega Man. You could probably play like all 6 original Mega Mans in like fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, there seems to be just a push to create a ridiculously long game that's kind of lacking in interest.
Yeah, I think it's good that our longest category is still shorter than 1 hour. That it kind of fits the theme of speedrunning.
Yeah,
I mean,
speedruns longer than an hour.
It also just shows like how short the game is, right?
Mm.
Just get Reina to go on Fan Game Marathon next time.
Yeah, it wouldn't end.
We'll have to allocate a whole day just for us. No Rice, there's not a full game coming soon. I'll probably just sing The Sheep is flapping, and then as soon as we get a stage with that, then I'll do a full song. There you go. I've asked that a few times now. I want that as a stage. Fluffy clouds that you can sleep to while watching.
But then we all just gonna fall asleep mid-run.
Or you could fall asleep while watching a full game CC run. Why am I standing? I've been standing for the past 20 minutes. Let me sit down.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I got up. I got up to let my dog out of my room, and then I just didn't sit back down again because I was giving out tea or something. I had to stand up and like whack my hands around. Pretend I was slapping you on the back of the cheek. You pink.
This reminds me of
Stupid shit.
When you were talking about mounting the dogs from behind on Inamori.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm going to upload Reina's video to the Smol Anime channel tomorrow. It depends how long it takes to process, upload.
Imagine watching that shit.
How long it takes to export?
Literally 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was really nice to see that she seemed to like the game, and she has actually talked about the game since then, and seems genuinely interested in upholding her promise of returning to the game once there are more stages and Ollie is added and such things.
Also, she loaded the game said, "Welcome to Small Anime. This is a fan game based around Amelia Watson. Also, people speedrun this game. Isn't that cool?"
Yes.
Definitely mentioned speedrunners a lot.
That was hype.
By a lot, I mean like twice, which is a lot to me.
It is. Like
When a Hololive member acknowledges our existence,
Oh, that definitely means a lot. Yeah.
like.
Gura and Risu didn't really mention us. Ame though, especially since we were so new and there were so few people. Like, we're just such a small community.
And it was Amelia Watson herself.
Of course. And she mentioned
All
the
I
Discord.
want is for her to play the game again.
She will soon. I know it.
Well, that and Corona. I want Corona to play it too.
I want Fubuki to play it because she actually has done speedrunning in the past. So if she hears of the speedrun community, there's probably the highest chance that she would speedrun it.
Like, it doesn't seem like the type of game that Fubuki would speedrun, but as you said, she definitely has a history with speedrunning games. So, yes, there actually is a very real chance that if Fubuki plays it, she might try to do full game runs.
Especially since it's a whole live game, right? It hits home.
Yeah.
I feel like we've hit our peak with the English players we're gonna get. Our only hope is to get Japanese players
Bring
from
back the JP channel.
if any of the JP Hololive members stream the game.
True. Like, maybe Ollie streaming the game could also bring some people in, but yeah, at the end of the day, as you said, having one of the JP girls stream it would probably be the biggest influx of new players that we could get.
It depends if they mention it. If they mention speedrunning gets a lot more attention than someone just playing the game.
Our comments on Reina's stream got a lot of likes. Like, it has over 100 likes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of people join, though.
I'd say most of them were already here. That's the thing.
Maybe we've had a few.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, we've reached the peak with English players already. Like, I mean, the biggest one we got was from when Ame played the game, and then Gura played, and we got like 100, right? And then after that, everybody that's played, we don't really get anyone. Although I don't think I would really count Risu anyway.
Well, how should they know what the name of the game even was?
Yeah.
No comment.
Big brain.
An interesting thing, we've been getting more new players who don't watch Hololive recently.
Yeah, they say they see it like on the main page on like speedrun.com, and then they like want to play it or whatever, and I think that's cool.
It's really cool if we get on.
That's another reason for people to just submit runs. If you submit runs, it puts us as like the most recent game to like have a run submitted on speedrun.com, and then people see it on the main page.
Yeah, if you click on spirit.com on the top left of your website, it takes you to it says latest runs. Now, Small Anime will be always on the top for you because you follow the game, or you should be following the game. You may get a slap if you're not, but you'll also see a list of other games, and that's where Small Anime does show up, and that's how other people will find the game most likely.
Yeah, because we're never showing up on the active games list. I can tell you that right now.
No, I went looking for it because could not find it. It was way too.
What was the most we ever had? I don't remember.
8.
We had like.
Oh, we had more than that.
20? Almost.
Not 20.
Bryce is uploaded at a time, so let me review it.
I think we had 18. I think we had 18.
Yeah,
I think that was the most we ever had was 18.
Mm.
I know we passed like a couple of games, like Majora's Mask and stuff.
Celeste has fallen down anyway, so that's okay. And we haven't really broken into the mainline speedrun community that much. We were in Fangame Marathon, nothing really happened. And that's basically been our reach into the greater speedrun community.
I made that small MA on Carl's server.
Oh yeah, and I tweeted
Carl's Minecraft server.
I tweeted about it, and then he liked my tweet as well. But Carl doesn't really use Twitter, so like he doesn't really have a following there. But he did recognize it, so Carl does know the game exists.
Ooh, that's something at least.
I'm trying to get the moderators to update the map at spawn. That'll allow everyone to see Small Army whenever they just join the server. It would be extra pog. But it's not working at the moment.
That is a question, Genji. Will the game have credits?
Already does now.
Yeah, but like credits
like a
roll
proper
when you
end,
beat Callie.
and then like
you do
credits. Yeah.
How are we going to know if they mention speedrunning? If during the JP streams, when they say speedrunning, then we will know.
They say RTA. They say RTA.
Yeah, RTA, yeah. The people, if it's a popular enough JP streamer, people do live translations. So live TL, it's a plugin for Chrome. So we could just use that. What works best. The fact of the matter is, unless someone is proficient enough to understand everything they're saying, we will just simply not know. Meeps says 20 was the most people for full game.
It's fine, we don't need to know what they're saying as long as they play the game.
We just need to know what the runners that join afterwards say.
Skazik, I speak Japanese. Okay.
Okay. Or Scotia could just live translate for us in the voice chat.
He tells us when to spam #speedrunsquad in the chat.
Oh man, Green Noob with the classic meme and off topic right now. Picture of pizza and Coke.
Let's go.
Perfect for speedrunning, he says. Yes, that is a classic.
In Carl's server, they actually have a statue of Billy Mitchell. People have signs all around it making fun of him. Good meme. It's a good meme. It's a good meme. I like
it. He's gonna get sued again.
That's one of the jokes.
I mean, I think he's been sued by Billy Mitchell like twice already. So what's another time? Like,
yeah, well, anyone who fucking mentioned that man's name gets sued. Like, how can you take that serious?
Shiro said, I think Skazik knows everything. I agree with that. I am convinced Skazik knows everything.
Skazak, do you know everything? Skazak, where's my dad?
He's still a Scotchick. Oh, Hanekawa quote.
He only knows what he knows. Is that everything, though?
Well, if he knows everything, then yes.
I only know what I know. Judgy, I know that I don't know anything. There's some big delay. Yeah, I mean, YouTube sucks.
You could try speeding up the playback time. That'll probably catch you up. Also, someone mentioned before how we could possibly miss someone streaming the game. That's where I have his cut. I've deliberately have, for the very reason of checking for this, the HoloLive schedule website open, and I look at it every day. So even if we miss the schedule, if the video or the live stream schedule exists, I will see it.
Look, I'm positive we would never miss somebody streaming the game. Okay.
I'm not quite sure how people find how Reina's schedule was. Do people follow Reina, or did someone tell them about it, or did something happen? Like how did they run into the schedule? And I think there's just so many people.
I just thought it was funny because when we found out Reina was going to stream the game, it was literally like the day after we were like, oh man, what if we miss somebody streaming the game? Like, nobody streamed the game for a while, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to stream the game. And we're like, okay.
Yeah,
I think Hachama's ever actually going to stream the game.
Please.
Yeah, I want her to play. I want to play Smol MA game.
I want to play it. How did that girl live in Australia? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, there's just so many people in this server now. That there's not it was posted I think like 3 times that Reina was streaming. So the fact that not a single person wouldn't catch on from one person playing it is not.
Yeah, whenever okay, this literally happens every time anybody streams the game. Some random person comes into the server or that's already been here that's never said anything before in their life, and then they'll be like, "Oh, they're streaming the game," and we'll be like, "Yeah, we already know." But like, thanks. Like,
strangely, the Discord about the game already knows.
I think it's pretty unlikely we would ever not know, even when random people are telling us. They would never normally talk.
Especially, I think Kevin will always know. Because Kevin gets added.
Yeah, I've never not seen Kevin at a stream. He's literally always there.
That's because when they make the stream, when they schedule the stream, they put it on Twitter and they add Kevin, and Kevin just knows, right? The news goes to Kevin first, even if they don't tell him directly. The news gets to him, and then he would relay that to us. Anyway, so he probably always finds out from us anyway.
Or maybe to say we can at least hope he'll tell us.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll just
if he'll ever talk to us again.
We just give EA a ring and ask them, hey, is anyone streaming the game? I wonder if we're gonna get caught off guard again and just get guess what, guys? Matsuri's streaming the game tomorrow. Get fucked. Like, Reina was out of nowhere. No, she never mentioned it on stream. She just fucking happened. It just appeared one day. So like, we all think Ollie, Hachima, Ame are gonna play it next, and then Reina just like, I'm a turkey.
When we found out Ame was playing it, it was literally not until the same day that she was playing it.
Oh,
And it's because on her schedule it said secret game. Like,
we had our suspicions.
We didn't find out until literally like 5 hours before the stream started.
It was
that she was gonna stream the game.
It was balls to the walls.
Yeah, Kevin knew.
Kevin
knew for a fucking week. We didn't know shit.
I had said it that because obviously the suspicion was everywhere. Is the secret game going to be Smol Anime? It was a pretty high chance that it was going to be, and it turns out it was. And I had said that Kevin was going to know before any of us were going to know. They were going to ask Kevin before they even consider making scheduling in Smol Anime. Like, Kevin's going to know first. And turns out I was right. Get fucked. It's the first thing and only thing I've ever been right about.
Well, you said that yourself.
It can't get much faster than this.
Yes.
How much faster has it gotten since you've said that? Okay, so when you said that, the record was 15.6 and now it's 9.2. How much time is that?
I will... Wait, was that your record then? The 15.6?
Yeah.
Only 4.6 seconds. 6.4 seconds.
That's a lot!
6 seconds, 400 milliseconds?
That's a lot!
That's a high percentage.
That's a fucking lot! That's so much! Oh, can't get much faster.
It's 41% faster.
Bruh.
And if let's just say 9, so sub 9 is possible. Since that's what you think. Maybe we're all thinking sub 9, so let's just think.
Dude, this reminds me of that fucking message you linked to me the other day from like January. We were joking about tasks. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure 10-second time will be done with tasks. And you said like a 9-second time or something will be done with tasks. And we're joking about this in fucking January.
Hey,
okay,
we were right.
Like, we didn't fucking know.
We did. We just prophesizing. So we'll make a bold prediction. We can prophesize it in 7 months in time.
If we can do AO in less than 6 seconds, we can do it before the notes change.
That way you'll have no idea.
Wow.
No, you would have an idea.
Whether you got the secret.
That wouldn't matter if you just turned on alternate BGM.
I never hear more than the first 4 notes anyway. That's all I ever hear. Pinky and Scurvy, the prophets. I don't know about that.
Yeah, not really.
Have we predicted anything?
I predicted it wouldn't get much faster.
Well, that was a great prediction.
This is when you post that meme of me saying the overall potential for this category cannot get any lower than this.
Oh.
That statement is correct. You just worded it fancy so you could be like safe.
It is. It is correct. And I'm still right. Fuck you all.
Well, that statement can never be wrong. Because if you find a way to improve it, it's no longer the same strat, which means it is not what you're saying. But like,
yeah, well,
it can't get much
at
faster
least I
than
wasn't
the
a
same strats.
fucking idiot like you. Day one. Oh, it
was day
can't get
two.
much
It was
faster than
It was day
this.
2. It was day
It
2.
was still the first day for me. Fuck you.
Okay, I was doing an all-nighter, okay?
It hadn't even been 24 hours yet. The game came out at like 1 a.m. on January 26th, and I got that 15.6 at like 10 or 11 p.m. on January 26th, so it was still the first day for me, and it hadn't even been 24 hours yet. So it was the first day.
I didn't think you would be able to optimize it all the way down to 12 seconds.
When was the first 12-second time? I'm pretty sure it was like
Mid-February?
3 days. 3 days after the game came out, I think.
I thought it was early February. Yes.
No, it wasn't February.
No, it was still
We were already getting like fucking 12.5 in like the first 12.5 was on like January 30th, dude. Like
when was 12.2?
12.2?
Yeah.
Was like what? January or not January? February 2nd.
February 2nd.
February 3rd. February
Red Heart 30
3rd?
seconds.
Let's see.
Red Heart 30
seconds.
seconds.
It was that one day. It was that one day we had that broken ass fucking version that you could get 12.2 in, and nobody got 12.2 again until Black Rose did in 204, because the cycle was like 0.3 faster, some shit, which was made for like impossible times that should have been like 12.5. So Rice and Danger both got 12.2s really early on, but they didn't last because we reset the leaderboard every version. So they literally had those times for one day because that version only lasted for one day. Less than a day. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah, it was a really short. I remember that one.
Red Heart 30 seconds is what you mean, Meeps, because Scurvy loves talking about 30-second Red Heart.
30-second Red Hearts. It's just a thing, okay? It's gonna happen.
And yeah, the overall potential for this category, blah, blah,
It was a
blah.
lot better, more satisfying with the previous version. We had almost 2 weeks, and it was still the potential to load with the current version. There's more to it than that, I'm pretty certain, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty long. Dude, those were dark times when the new physics first came out.
Oh.
Like, because it was bad enough, like, having to deal with, like, such big changes, but then the janky-ass platforms we had for 3 fucking weeks from 217 to 305. Terrible. I don't know how we made it through that time.
That was actually when speedrunning was at the lowest. I remember there'd be days I'd log on to Discord, talk to one or a few people, check the spreadsheet, and there'd be no times for the entire day. It was so
we had some dark times. We had some dark times where the Discord was pretty dead and nobody was playing. I'm pretty sure that time was the worst when new physics came out. I know a lot of people fucking quit. So, yeah, I don't know. It was not a good time.
Speedrunning kind of became a bit annoying during that time, but then it was all fixed and we all came back, and now like the game is
and then the same day the game got fixed was the same day that we got speedrun.com, so it was perfect.
Yeah, we actually got the day before. But
actually perfect.
I think speedrun.com has done a lot for people actually joining the server and actually speedrunning the game and such.
Yeah, it probably makes people actually want to play the game instead of being on a spreadsheet nobody will fucking see.
Yeah, it's
because
big public speedrunning server, private Google spreadsheet, like.
Because I remember I watched when Ame played the game. I didn't start playing the game myself then, of course. I did first that after Gura's stream, but I watched Ame's stream and I was like, oh, that's interesting. There's probably people speedrunning this. And then I tried looking up the speedruns that people were talking about on the internet and basically couldn't find it because it was not on speedrun.com. So yeah, I think speedrun.com does a lot for people to find the game, because that's essentially the way. It was through speedrun.com that I found the Discord and such when I actually started running the game.
Yeah, because when Ame first streamed the game, we had to mention the Discord, and this is where you go.
Yeah, I mean, back then we posted it like everywhere, as much as possible. It was hard to get people.
You had to join this private Discord server to speedrun the game, and it was just difficult.
But even before Ame streamed the game, we had over 200 people.
Yeah, it was just the mass spreading of the game, and also.
And then from Ame playing the game, we got to like 800.
When Kevin put the link in the.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest thing we ever got. Before we got on speedrun.com, Kevin put the link in the game description.
It's still there now.
On itch. Yeah, it's still there. That's like the biggest thing we could have gotten.
If you're enjoying it, check out the speedrun Discord. It's the 5th line. It's the first link you can click in the Discord or in the description. So that was huge.
Yeah.
But like now, like when Raina streams and she says people speedrun this, and we spam hashtag speedrun squad, we have a comment that's really popular that says hashtag speedrun squad. No one has to look for some Discord to join or some private Google Sheets and like understand how to get to the form and understand the submission process. You just go to the most popular website, type in the name, and it just pops up. There you go. There's all the times, neatly organized, and there's a big fat blue button that says submit time. It's that easy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
So that helps. Yeah, that helps.
I'm also surprised, Rice, that's like never happened again. But I mean, that's good. That just means that we have like a strong enough community now to just be fine. Like,
I think it's when it gets quiet, even for like nowadays. Even if it gets quiet nowadays, so like maybe there's a day a few weeks ago we had a bit of a quiet stage, and there wasn't much happening. Few runs coming in, but that's exactly when certain people definitely bloom away in their speedrunning. It's quiet, not much happening in the Discord, and they just set some really, really good PBs, and it kind of causes a bit of a stir, and then everyone comes back to try and defend their position they just lost from this one guy secretly improving their times. Like before Smol Cast, it was pretty quiet, and I remember Wire was doing lots of AOR runs, and then I decided to submit an AOR run, and then AOR kind of got a little bit tasty with the new bubble bounce skip that was then discovered. And then it's got even more heated when Rice talked about it on Smol Cast. So like little things have huge impacts. Like one run can definitely, like Green submitted a full game run, and then I submitted a full game run. I'm gonna probably go and try and beat his time again, and then maybe someone else will jump. And then there's gonna be 3 runs supposedly out of nowhere gone to full game any percent. So like little things can have big influences on the community. And tends to always be in a good way. More times is always good, even if they're bad.
Yeah, also having Smol Cast and stuff, I think helps keep things active. Like Smol Cast is pretty pog.
It is pog.
Especially the first few weeks, my god. Oh.
Oh yeah, the first 2 ones. That was
legendary.
There's gonna be once full game version comes out. I doubt we'll ever go into. Well, we might fall into a big slumber, but I don't think the community will ever die then, because the times that to stay 35.
I'm pretty confident that the community will never die now. Like we're past that point. I'm pretty sure.
As I'll always keep saying, 35 years from now, because that's what Mario is. 35 years now, is we will still be working on gaining those very, very few precious milliseconds. Every single frame, every single fucking bus from one flag to the start of the next fucking stage.
I mean, I'm pretty convinced that by then ILs will be pretty fucking optimized, but I think full game will always have room to improve.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make mistakes in full game. Like, it's going to be so impossible to have a perfect run. We're going to be spending decades on that shit.
But compared to things like Mario, they're not locked by frame rate, and it can only improve times in 0.04 milliseconds.
Yeah, well, that's because we have other problems, like, what the fuck FPS do we play at? And
this is what I'm saying.
like,
Our game, Smol MA,
Yeah.
has seconds down to the millisecond. It's got 3 numbers after the decimal point. One improvement in that millisecond is a world record. No matter, like, there's so much potential for records to go down way into the future. Like years when I'm old and fucking grey and dead. There's still potential for this. 0.35 seconds.
Yeah. My favorite thing, or not my favorite thing, I don't know why I would say that. I think it's pretty funny is that Scurvy's only 20 right now, and he says that in 30 years he'll be fucking dead.
35 years.
Like,
yeah, I won't be dead. It's fine. But then, as Green Noob already said it earlier on the stream, I always had faith it could go lower. It could still go lower. The thing is, with speedrunning, it can always go lower. It's just true.
Until it can't.
But I don't see that limit ever being reached with Smol MA until I am actually dead. I will actually be dead at that point. That'll be
the milliseconds are
I
definitely
hope so.
a good thing for this game.
Yeah.
And that's
Like
the last
imagine
thing.
being something like GoldenEye where you work in entire seconds.
Okay, yeah, that I've talked about this before. I've actually compared our game to GoldenEye a lot.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
And it's true. Like the fact that they go by seconds and not milliseconds. Like I've posted a bunch of screenshots of like 50 or so people sharing the same world record or whatever. But then it also means that much more when you get a crazy ass record and then you're the only person that has the world record in that category because it's just that hard to do.
It makes
and
sense.
then it means that much more. Like
it makes
True.
sense though. The way GoldenEye do it, not the way GoRequest do it. But the thing is, there's 1,240 members in this Discord. Not a single person here can understand with their tiny brains. Not me, not you, Pinky, no one can understand how unbelievably small a millisecond really is. It is such a tiny amount of time.
I mean, I've never given a fuck about milliseconds until I started playing this game. Like my friends I talk to this game about, they don't think like a millisecond is like a big deal. But I'm like, it is. It's such a big deal in this game. Oh my god! Like it might as well be seconds. Like
milliseconds are so short. You've no idea. So saving one in 35 years, if you save 1 millisecond, that is a huge thing because they're just so unbelievably short that if you could pull off that little bit of time, that's great. That's going to be the GoldenEye of us.
Yeah, I've joked about this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, in like fucking 30 years or whatever, when everybody plays at 10,000 FPS and can do frame perfect shit at 10,000 FPS. Fucking.
That is a running gag. Yeah.
Meeps might be able to run.
Or we'll fucking stack speed from doing enough BBs in a row. To just get to the we'll phase through the fucking bookcases and get them all faster.
Can do insta diagonal without pressing down, the whole shebang. Meeps might be able to do pot skip on ultra graphics. It's all up in the air in the
future. Why would you ever play Red Heart at ultra graphics? You can't see jack shit.
We didn't have a choice back then.
Oh,
true.
God, I forgot about back then.
Yeah, I mean, back then, when Red Heart first came out and then there was pot skip and everything, you couldn't change the graphics.
I pointed this out so much. The blue clouds back in the day destroyed your graphics or your frame rate. No matter how good your computer was, you dropped at least 100.
I was fine.
If you had enough, you were fine. But if you still had a bad computer like me, or like Meeps, or Meeps didn't play back then, it was a huge issue. Which you then the many patches for Red Heart.
Man, if I was actually rich like everybody claims, and I'm not, by the way,
$500.
I would love to just buy everyone a good computer to actually play the game. Like all the world record holders, I would buy them good computers.
Meeps gets one
just to play the game.
Meeps and Green Noob get them first. I don't care who else then. Meeps and Green Noob. Just get them good. And
because I feel so bad for everyone playing with fucking potatoes.
And someone give Genji some good fucking internet.
Yeah, and I'll save Genji
Meeps
from his fucking Dell, dude.
Save Meeps.
I'll save you from your Dell.
Just give Meeps.
You don't have to freeze on mom anymore.
Oh god.
Genji freezes on mom every fucking run, dude. Like,
it's just trying to calculate that. It's just trying to process the milliseconds at the time. It's just like, can't fucking think.
And it's supposed to count.
It just cries. Anyway, that's what we do, Genji. So look forward to it if we ever become rich.
Well, good luck with that one.
Yeah. Here I am being an admin of a Discord.
He doesn't have to tape his left arrow. True.
I know he keeps posting screenshots of taping his fucking arrow keys, man. Like, okay, that's true, Rice. That's true. Back then, edge bounces were easier, but
edge bounces are useless unless you're playing like Mogu Mogu or Red Heart, which we talked.
Okay,
about
well,
earlier.
we were just talking about old Red Heart with old physics. So yeah, back then, Red Heart was so much fucking easier. Oh my god, well, you get to edge bounce whenever the fuck you want, and you can pot skip. Like,
no one liked pot back in the day. Pot was horrible back in the day. Going backwards when you ground pounded on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter because you can just fucking skip it, Lamau.
What if you're meat?
And that's the stream. Goodbye, everyone.
I'm into iGlad. We let it drag out for another hour.
We did.
Yeah, you wanted to end at a fucking hour.
Here we are, 2 hours on still.
Now it got to be 2 hours. Content. You know, speaking of which, I forget who said this, but they're like, oh, whenever Pinky and Scurvy talk on Smol Cast, they're like fucking old men because they're always talking about like original physics and shit. I'm like, yeah, it's true. Like, we always talk about fucking old physics and stuff.
You've not gone a single Smol Cast without talking about old physics, even on this one where I can't join the discussion.
Yeah, I don't know. Old physics just had such a big impact, even though it was not even there for a month. In the end, we didn't have old physics for even a month. That's how short of a time we had it. And the rest of the time, we've just had the physics we have now.
The reason me and Pinky reminisce on old physics so much, there's just like literally only one reason for it. Because it was our growing up stage for this game. Right? All you played.
I mean, we've been here the whole time. Like,
when you all like think in a few months now, like even as you think now, you think Scientia, back to your first Inamori world record. You think what a great time that was getting your first world record and competing with all the people around you. That's what it was like for me and Pinky back in the day. Because me and Pinky are old and we're fucking shit at the game now, and neither of us have held the world record for the past like 2 months now. And yeah, that's it. My last world record was...
Hey, I had a world record less than 2 months ago. Fuck you. It's only 2 months and 4 days.
I know, I was just about to say. Pinky had one like just about 2 months ago in AO, and my last one is the very fucking TTM one we make fun of the whole time. That TTM was my last world record. That's how long
Well, the
ago it
only
was.
one stopping you from getting a world record
Just fuck
and being
off.
good
Fuck
is
off,
you.
Don't say
Just fucking play. Just fucking play.
Too busy.
You always act like you're so fucking bad and you can't be good at the game. Just fucking get good and play the fucking game.
What do you mean get good? I can't get good. I spent too much fucking time babysitting you guys. I'm just going to
What do you mean I have to fucking babysit you? Like, Lemon!
I'm fucking standing. Sit down. Oh my
god.
And thank you for joining us for Smol Cast 5.
Yes, so good.
Thank you for being here with us, Scientia. Now that we know how to pronounce your name, Mr. Denmark.
Mr. Denmark. That's how you pronounce it.
I guess.
Did you enjoy your time?
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
Wait, are we done? Is it over?
No, you're still alive right now.
Oh, okay.
We're still live.
Yeah, we're
so
still
you
live, so
can't say obscenity shit.
My mouse was too far away, so I couldn't reach it. So I just kind
This was the longest Smol Cast yet, and you wanted to end 30 minutes early. I think it was good.
be quiet and just be horny.
I mean, I'm always horny. I'm gonna be quiet if you want me to.
Cut!